interview. They call me Uncle WHYTE, and I'm happy you could join us. I do not take your patronage for granted. I do not take the fact that every week you invest not just in your time but in data for granted. Now, today I have a very special guest. The young man standing by me is Andrew. I have been directing plays, writing and directing plays since 1975. And I can tell you that within all that time, I haven't met anyone who is as incredible a performer as this young man right here. He doesn't look it. We have a private joke. The first time he told me he could act, I laughed because I looked at his structure and I thought he would be awkward on stage. But trust me, he's fantastic. Now, starting from tomorrow, Andrew is going to be very busy at the National Theatre. So, Andrew, welcome to Facebook Live, to ENCORE.
Oh, thank you, Uncle Ibo.
No, I'd like you to speak as one of the characters that you're going to play.
Hey, which one should I pick? I don't know. I don't know which one I should pick.
Jojo Ronaldo.
Okay. Yeah. You know, Uncle. Thank you. Thank you very much. You know, our elders have said that when the drum is in front, it doesn't hit the buttons. You know, it's an honorable to be here. I'm loving the atmospherical. I mean, I've learned new word, atmospherical. Yeah, it's a beautiful thing. Thank you, everybody.
All right.
Thank you.
Before they go away with the impression that the guy doesn't know how to speak good English, we're going to let him do another character. So now you're going to talk as you would in Nicholas. He plays the Archbishop Duncan Williams in Nicholas. And now, Andrew, Nicholas is part of the festival, isn't it?
Yes, he is. It's gonna be a wonderful experience. You know, as I always like to say, the Bible says, it is not of him that willeth, nor of him that runneth, but of God that showeth mercy. So just come on that day and you are going to have a great time. Uncle Ebo is a man, you know. He's a man. He's up to something. He's up to something.
Well,
I just want to give. Yeah.
Well, that is Andrew Adote, for my money, the best performer that I have ever encountered. And what makes him incredible is the fact that he still stays very grounded. I know why he stays grounded. We can't put it on air, but there's a good reason why he stays grounded. So what this is about is that our festival, and he's a festival of 5 plays. We do 4 plays every year. And then at the end of the year, over the Christmas and New Year period, we put all the 4 plays together. And then we pick a play from our repertoire, because we've been doing this since 2008, to make a festival of 5 plays. The incredible thing this year is that Andrew here is in all of them. And he plays various, you will not believe the transformation that he undergoes from one play to the other. And Andrew, speaking again as the Archbishop, what helps you to go through all the various changes?
Yes, you know, it is a process. You know, it is a process that you go through from the beginning of the year. There's one play after the other, and it is very easy when you are performing it back to back, because you have spent time and energy investing into each play from throughout the year. So getting back into each character back to back is not as difficult as people may think, you know, because you've already put in the work, you've already put in the effort, you've already put in the investment.
So there is a memory, really, the muscle memory.
Yes, there is
that you just need to.
It's a muscle memory that you
have to get right.
Yeah.
All right, from now on, you will be Jojo Ronaldo again, because I think I enjoyed that character even more. Yeah. So the rundown is this: 23rd, which is a Saturday, we're doing damaged goods. Then the day after that, 24th, we go on to blackmail. And then Christmas Day, 25th, is the comeback. That is when he plays the Jojo Ronaldo role.
Yeah, I've come to watch that one too myself.
And then we
I've want to see myself doing that scene.
and then on the 1st is Nicholas, and then we'll
Yes.
conclude the festival on the 2nd with Everyone Has a Secret. So if you happen to be in Accra or in Ghana and you want to make a special trip down, is at the National Theatre. There will be 2 shows of each play, 4 p.m. for the first show, 8 p.m. for the second show. If you've watched any of these, you can buy the ticket for somebody as your hamper, and the person will be very blessed. I think I'd like one more person to join me. Kabute is in one of the plays. He and Andrew go head to head.
Yeah.
In
Everyone
has a secret.
Yes.
Which of the oh, and Ronnie is also here. Which of it should we do? Which scene? Let's give them a little taste.
Charlie, so which one? There's no room, Anna. There's room.
No, okay. So let's do. All right. What about me?
So, Detective Supremo.
Why they go on?
Look. You know what? You told everybody's secret except mine. I noticed you didn't. So, tell me, what's my secret? Huh?
Oh, I mean, you're not the only one that left out.
Oh, I know you left myself and yeah. But right now, I'm asking about me. So, tell me, what was my secret? Huh?
Oh, Charlie, you don't have a secret, too. At least not one that I'm aware of.
You are so lying, huh?
What
You
do
know
you mean?
I can always tell when you lie.
How?
Because you scratch your elbows when you lie.
Hey, you two, are you a detective now?
All right. So that is everyone. Everyone has a secret, and that is Kawite. That is Andrew. This Christmas and New Year period, the festival is the place to be at the National Theatre. Hope to see you all. Delight somebody with it. So, gentlemen, take your seats. This is my show. Don't take over my show.
Sure. Sorry, sir.
If you are watching us for the very first time, you are welcome. We've been doing this since for a while now, and we've been taking the letters of the English alphabet to see what we can learn about love, marriage, and sex. We have done A to P. So today we're doing kill, and the kill words are qualities and questions. Now, we'll take a very short break, and when we come back, we'll go into the qualities and then the questions that will help you build a very strong relationship. So, see you around.
Yes! Roverman Productions, in partnership with National Theatre and Adum TV, presents the Roverman Festival of Plays with 5 spectacular Ebo-White plays at the National Theatre on the following days. 23rd December, Damaged Goods.
According to the DNA results, none of them is yours.
Come again. 24th December, Blackmail.
I cheated on one.
I can't hear you.
Oh, I said I cheated on you when I went to the US, and the girl recorded the encounter.
25th December, The Comeback.
Our elders have said that.
1st of January, Nicholas.
You have been starving me for over 6 months now. Yaminipa, tell me.
2nd of January, Everyone Has a Secret.
That guy, what's his name? Mate.
Time, 4 p.m. and 8 p.m. each day. Rates, 80 Ghana cedis for individual shows, 300 Ghana cedis for all 5 shows. Tickets available at Joy FM, Tema Community 11 Shell, Bachina and Haja Total, Frankie's, and all usual outlets. Or call 050-554-6010. Sponsors, Bond Savings and Loans, FanMax from FanMilk, Nationwide Medical Insurance, Zurian Multivitamin, and Wilmar Africa, importers of Fortune Rice. Online support by myjoyonline.com, Websoft Solutions, and adomonline.com. Get your Roverman Festival of Plays tickets now!
Well, thank you for staying with us, and thank you for making the investment to stay with us. As I said, today we are looking at the kill words, and because of the load of the two kill words, we are just going to stay with just 2 words that begin with kill. The first is qualities, and over here, listen, I'm going to give you a total of 70 qualities. 70 qualities, and I'm going to break them down into different kinds of qualities. Now, the first will be 20 qualities of a good husband. 20. Then we'll look at 20 qualities of a good wife. Then after that, we'll look at 30 qualities that you should look out for in the person you want to marry, in somebody who would be a good spouse. And we're doing that because, you see, if you learn the qualities of a good husband and you're already married, it is too late. You've got to accept what you have. But the qualities that I'm giving, when I say qualities of a good husband, I'm hoping that husbands will judge themselves by that. I do not want a situation where a wife takes a list and begins to grade the husband. Because you too, your share will come when we go to the qualities of a good wife. So worry about yourself. Worry about you becoming the good spouse that you can be. Then for those who are yet to get married and are waiting or courting, dating, I'm going to give you 30 qualities of somebody who would be a good spouse. So shall we start then? We'll start with qualities of a good husband. 1, he has no insecurities. He has no insecurities. When you are married to a man who has insecurities, it is hell. That is where who called you? They'll go over your phone. Why are you coming home late? Where are you? They can call you 5 times just saying I'm checking on you because he's afraid somebody has cornered you. 2, the quality of a good husband is that he respects women. He respects women. The fact is, a man who has no respect for women cannot respect his wife. But a good husband respects women. 3, he has a good relationship with his parents and he honors them. He has a good relationship with his parents and he honors them. 4, he is ambitious and is always pursuing worthwhile goals. In other words, a good husband is not a push-no-go. A push-no-go is a man who has all the potential but can't get off his seat to go and accomplish anything. 5, he is God-fearing. He is God-fearing. A man needs to be God-fearing in marriage, otherwise it is so easy to mess your life up. 6, he is honest and trustworthy. He's a man of his word. You don't have to go and cross-check whatever he has told you. 7, he respects authority and knows how to hold himself accountable. If your husband is the biggest thing in his life, then you are in trouble. He must respect authority. He must hold himself accountable to somebody. Otherwise, you are in trouble. He is emotionally mature. That's 8. He's emotionally mature. In other words, he's not a guy who would throw tantrums. I know men who go home and when food is not ready, their face could make the rain fall because it gets so dark that you think the whole sky is gone cloudy. But this guy is a good husband. Is emotionally mature. He knows when to speak, what to say, and he doesn't use words to hurt. He is emotionally mature. He is patient. 9. And trust me, you will need patience to live with a woman as your spouse. 10, he has inner strength. So he handles stress and pressure very well. He handles stress and pressure very well. 11, he knows how to take criticism. He is not the kind of person who will go off the deep end just because you have said the shirt he's wearing is not the best, or that he's driving recklessly. 12, he's a good listener. Now, if you're a man and you are not a good listener, you can't live with a woman. Oh, you can't. You've got to be a good listener. And a good husband is a good listener. 13, he is self-controlled, or he has self-discipline. Because without that, a married man will get himself into trouble all the time. 14, he has a sense of humor. He has a sense of humor. Without a sense of humor, really, your house will become a Bossing Ringo. Sometimes you've got to learn to laugh it off and to bring a little bit of lightness into your home situation. 15, he is romantic. He's romantic. He is not like some of my people. He's romantic. He knows how to delight the woman in his life. you'll realize that it's generating a little bit of excitement in here from the crew, because some people now know that their wives are going to call them right now and say, did you hear that? 16, he has sound financial knowledge and management skills. He knows how to handle money. He knows what to do with money. He has sound financial knowledge and management skills. 17, he empowers his wife. He is not a good husband who wants the wife to be dependent upon him, even for money for salt. A good husband empowers the wife so that if he should drop dead today, the wife will be able to manage the home and take care of the children. So he empowers the woman. 18, he is an adult. He is not a boy. He is a man. Now you say, of course, that goes without saying. No. There are men who are only men in age. In every other way, they are boys. They still go for escapades. One mark of a boy is that they act before they think of the consequences. That's why sometimes you ask a boy who has done something, why did you do that? I don't know. And it's true. He doesn't know because he's a boy. He didn't think about it. A man looks at the consequences first. He does not jump into it. It is very easy to get a boy to do something by just daring him. You are mommy's boy. He said, I'm not a mommy's boy. Okay, if you're not a mommy's boy, this is smoke. And a boy will smoke. A man will tell you, I don't have to prove myself to anybody. 19, he knows how to apologize and how and when to say thank you. Those two. How to say I am sorry and how to say and when to say thank you. And finally, 20, he understands that he is codependent on his wife. In other words, he does not see his wife as a dependent, and so he does not throw his weight and say, and the wife. He realizes that even though I am the sole breadwinner in this family, and I'm the one who bankrolls everything in this family, it doesn't mean my wife is useless, because I co-depend upon her. Without her, without the emotional support I get from her, without the sexual comfort she gives me, I may not be able to go out there and fight. So those are the 20 qualities that make a good husband. Now, shall we go quickly to the 20 qualities that make a good wife? And I'm trying to balance the equation here because one way or the other, if I don't do that, somebody will call and say, Uncle, why are you such an awam? So 20 here, 20 there. As Jojo Ronaldo would say, same thing here, same thing there. So, 20 qualities of a good wife. One, she is respectful. Respectful in manner, respectful with words. 2, she is long-suffering. She is long-suffering. In other words, that's another version of saying she is patient. 3, she is God-fearing. God-fearing. 4, she has and surrounds herself with God-fearing and wise friends. She picks her friends carefully because she knows the kind of friends you have can influence you one way or the other. 5, she is comfortable with herself. This is a woman who can make love with her husband with the lights on because she is not ashamed of who she is. There are women who, if it is not, say, oh, put off the light, put off the light. It means when you're married to a woman like that, there will be no show during the day. Unless you cover the sun. And you can't cover the sun. 6, she knows how to love and how to receive love. The two. She knows how to love. She knows how to receive love. 7, she has a full life. She is not waiting for the man to make her life full. She has things she's pursuing in her own life. She's pursuing her own passions as well. Even though her focus is in her family, her home is a priority, but she's not sitting around waiting for her husband to come so they can eat. She has a full life. 8, she is well organized. She is well organized and knows how to organize the home. 9, she does not keep or hold on to grudges. 10, she is also emotionally mature, just like the good man. 11, she does not care about the opinion of others. And this is very important. There are too many women whose very lives are run by what others will think. And they try to fit in, they try to do things so that people will not have anything to say. But a good wife doesn't care. She does what is comfortable for herself and her husband, and what will be beneficial to them. And if it doesn't please anybody, she doesn't really mind. 12, she understands how a man thinks. It's amazing how women want to be understood, but too many women make no effort to try to understand a man. A man's world is very simple, and yet women complicate it for us. And then they confuse themselves in the process. 13, she does not seek to change her husband. Listen, once he becomes your husband, the days of trying to change him are over. If you didn't like the way he dresses, you should have said so before you married. Once you marry him, you can now say that his dressing is not nice. 14, she does not fight every fight. She knows when to let things slide. She picks her fights carefully. 15, she works hard to remain attractive. She understands that it is important that her husband continues to find her attractive. 16, she shows appreciation for what her husband does for her and for the home and for the family. So her husband knows, my wife appreciates me. 17, she can admit her faults and her mistakes without feeling unloved. There are women who, as soon as you point a fault to them, they think that what you are saying is that then you don't love them anymore, or they are not lovable anymore. No, this one can admit her fault. Can know, this one I blew it. And she doesn't feel rejected and not accepted. 18, she defines family properly. She doesn't define family with her parents. There are too many married women who, when they say my family or I am going home, they mean they are going to their parents' house. A good wife knows that family is me and my husband and my children first. The others become a bit of extension. 19, she gives her husband space. Every now and then a man needs a space, and a good wife knows when to let him be. And then finally, 20, she does not use sex as a weapon. She does not use sex as a weapon. That is a good wife. So we've just looked at 20 qualities of a good husband, 20 qualities of a good wife. Now we're going to look at 30 qualities of someone who would be a good spouse. So this is for you if you are dating, or if you are in the process of trying to make up your mind. This is for you. So the first quality, he or she comes from a functional home. He or she comes from a functional home. If the person you are dating comes from a dysfunctional home, watch it. He may also create a dysfunctional home with you. So one mark is, look at the home he comes from. It must be a functional one. 2, he honors his parents. If the person does not honor the parents, trust me, that person is not going to cherish you and honor you. 3, for the man, he has a great father. For the woman, she has a great mother. And the reason is this: we grow to resemble the parent of our sex. So if you know my father, you'll be able to know what kind of person I am. If you know my mother, you'll know what kind of person her daughter would be. As we grow older, we'll come to resemble the parent of our sex. So you want to know what kind of person he would be, go and look at if the parent of his sex is dead, ask about him. Tell me about your father. Tell me about your mother. That will help you. 4, he or she has a good self-image and is secure and stable emotionally. There are too many people who we should lock up at the mental hospital, but we haven't, because they haven't taken off their dress. So we think they are normal. No, they are not. And there are many. They dress well, they speak well, but put a bit of stress on them, and you will not like what comes out of it. So he has a good self-image, or she has a good self-image, and is secure. 5, he or she is capable of loving and receiving affection. Loving and receiving affection. 6, this is for the man. He's a dreamer and a doer. Being a dreamer is not enough. There are people who have grandiose dreams. They never accomplish anything. You marry them and all they do is to talk. No, you need somebody who dreams, who has dreams, but who also knows how to accomplish things. 7, and this for the woman, she's not looking for someone to look after her, and she's not clingy. She's not looking for somebody to look after her. If you are dating a woman who is looking for somebody to look after her, there will be pressure for you when you do marry. 8, he or she knows how to apologize. 9, he or she knows how to show appreciation. 10, he has a sense of humor, and that goes especially to the man. A man must have a sense of humor so that issues do not escalate, and you can kill something before it becomes a major issue. 11, he or she has a capacity to forgive and let go. 12, he or she is humble. 13, he or she is open-minded and not judgmental. Open-minded. Does not see the world as black and white. 14, he or she takes his or her health seriously. If you are dating somebody who does not care and has a very unhealthy lifestyle, you're going to have a load to carry soon after marriage. So watch it. 15, he loves reading. He or she loves reading, and that goes for both. 16, this goes for the men. He does not think he's right all the time. There are people who think they are right every time. But this one, the person who would be a good spouse, does not think I'm right all the time. So he's not above seeking input and asking for your opinion. 17, he lives a balanced life. He knows how to make a right balance between work and home, and is not buried in his work all the time. There are people who work as if the day they die, the company will collapse, or the whole world will come to an end. They don't realize that one day, we'll send you home with a clock and say, it was nice working with you. 18, he or she delays gratification. In other words, this is a person who is not demanding sex before marriage. If the person you are dating is always asking for sex, and I know that the men are often guilty of this, but they are not the only one. There are some women who would eat you up and want to eat you up anytime. But he knows how to delay gratification. The danger is that the man who is demanding sex of you today, when you are not married, he will not stop demanding sex of others. He will have to learn to control his desires before marriage, or he is a danger, a disaster waiting to happen. 19, he or she is physically attracted to you and you to him or her. There must be some chemistry before you take the plunge. 20, he or she is wise and has common sense. They say common sense is not common, and it is true. So don't take it for granted. Look for it, and it will help you. 21, he or she is generous and kind. 22, he or she has character and is trustworthy. 23, he or she is hardworking. 24, he or she is interested to talk to and to talk with. The person you're going to marry, you're going to spend quite a lot of time with them. If you cannot spend time chatting with this person and enjoying your chat, then you are in trouble. 25, he or she is not trying to change you. He or she is not trying to change you. But 26 follows up from that. He or she is willing to change for you, and you are willing to change for him or her. The person is not trying to change you, but you can look at a situation and say, oh, you know what, I think if I did this, it will make my partner happier. So he's ready to make the change, even without you nagging and demanding it. 27, he or she does not want to marry for marrying's sake. It will shock you to know how many people just love the idea of being married, or are marrying because everybody says they should get married. And so they marry. They are in love with the idea of marriage, not with their spouse. And those people are dangerous to marry. 28, he or she has social intelligence. The person who has social intelligence knows what to wear to any occasion, knows how to eat in public at a restaurant, knows how to go walk to somebody and say hi, introduce himself, knows how to, what kind of words to say to somebody and not to say, knows how to carry himself in public. That's social intelligence. He knows how to take cues from other people. 29, he or she has financial intelligence. Financial intelligence, because you see, money does not buy love, but trust me, if you don't handle your financial resources well, your love will not stay. And finally, 30, he or she respects your ethnic group, the ethnic group from which you come. Now, that brings us to the qualities to look out for. Let's quickly run through a few questions because I think the time for the presentation is up. So I'll quickly run through some questions. And the reason why I'm giving you questions is that I have discovered questions can be, the right question can be a tool for you. It will help you to be able to adjust your life, to take the right decision, and to make the right choices. So note these questions and ask yourself these questions, and then it will help you. 1, how well do you know your spouse? 2, am I the right spouse for the right partner for my spouse? 3, how can I be the right partner for my spouse? And 4, how can I make my spouse feel loved? 5, and listen to this carefully, will I marry me? Will I marry, knowing who you are, knowing the kind of person you are, if you have to marry you, do you think you will do it? 6, will your spouse marry you again if he has to do it all over? 7, what does your spouse like about you? 8, how will your spouse remember you? 9, how would you like your spouse to remember you? 10, will your spouse have been better off with any of those who were interested in her before you married her? You know, it is possible at the time you were pursuing this lady, she had other guys around. Now, trust me, she looks at them and wonder, did she go or did she come? That's the way we say it in Ghana. So, answer that question. 11, what changes do you have to make to your lifestyle to make your relationship better and stronger? 12, do you know what makes your spouse happy? 13, does your spouse know what makes you happy? 14, if you change places with your spouse and your spouse treated you exactly as you are treating him or her, would that make you happy? If the roles are changed, would you be happy? 15, will you have a life if your relationship ended today? 16, what tribute would your spouse write and read at your funeral if he or she is to be perfectly honest? What kind of tribute would the person have to read? 17, what tribute would you wish to be read about you? 18, in what ways has your partner's life improved since you came into his or her life? 19, what is the love language of your spouse? Remember, there are 5 of them. If you do not know, we've treated it before, so go into the archives and find out. And 20, are you and your spouse a solid team as far as raising the children is concerned? Or are you using the children for politics? One person says this and another person goes to counter it. Are you trying to outplay each other with the children to show which of you loves the children more? You've got to be a perfect team. Well, so we've looked at 70 qualities, 20 qualities that make a good husband, 20 that makes a good wife, 30 to help you make a choice if you haven't already married, and then we've looked at 20 questions that can help you strengthen and improve your relationship. I hope it's been useful to you and you've been blessed by it. I will now pause here. We'll take a very short break, and then when we come back, I'll take your questions and your comments. So thank you one more time for staying with me.
Yes! Roverman Productions, in partnership with National Theatre and Adum TV, presents the Roverman Festival of Plays with 5 spectacular WHYTE plays at the National Theatre on the following days: 23rd December, Damaged Goods.
According to the DNA results, none of them is yours. So.
Come again? 24th December, Blackmail.
I cheated on one.
I can't hear you.
Oh, I said, I cheated on you when I went to the US and the girl recorded the encounter.
25th December, The Comeback.
Our elders have said that.
1st of January, Nicholas.
You have been starving me for over 6 months now. Yaminipa, Atami.
2nd of January, Everyone Has a Secret.
That guy, what's his name? Mate.
Time, 4 p.m. and 8 p.m. each day. Rates, 80 Ghana cedis for individual shows, 300 Ghana cedis for all 5 shows. Tickets available at Joy FM, Tema Community 11 Shell, Bachina and Haja Total, Frankie's, and all usual outlets. Or call 050-554-6010. Sponsors: Bond Savings and Loans, FanMax from FanMilk, Nationwide Medical Insurance, Zurian Multivitamin, and Wilmar Africa, importers of Fortune Rice. Online support by myjoyonline.com, Websoft Solutions, and adomonline.com. Get your Roverman Festival of Plays tickets now!
Well, thank you very much for staying with us, and we are back now, and I can take your questions now. So, if there are any questions, can we start with the questions?
Okay. So Ruben says, does that mean those of us who don't come from functional homes can't create functional homes?
You can, but you must understand the challenge. The model for a family is dysfunctional, so you would have to do more work. You would have to even study more, a little bit more. You have to be a little bit more conscious, because there are things, there are behaviors that you would exhibit in a relationship that you yourself may not be aware of, but it comes from the dysfunctional home you come from. But when you are aware of that, then you know what to look for. For instance, you remember I said this. I said that we resemble the parent of our sex. And I said, so if you know my father, you will know what kind of person I am. Now, the interesting thing is this. My father was alcoholic. I don't drink. But the reason why I don't drink is because I know this, and I am very careful. So I go out to friends, and sometimes they say, oh, but just a little, you just take a little. No. I know for me, because of the home, the father that I come from, for me, alcohol will not just be little. If I play with alcohol, alcohol will play with me proper. So the point I'm making is that, so if you come from a dysfunctional home, you have something you are fighting against. Like in my case, I know I'm fighting against alcoholism. I could also become a victim of addiction of anything. So I do not make anything control me because I am aware of that principle. I pay much more attention to the signal. So if you come from that kind of home, dysfunctional home, you should be even more careful, because some of the behaviors that you will show, you are not even aware how destructive they are. So if your partner then complains, you must take it seriously and know, oh, okay, I know where this is coming from.
Is this still the case even if you do not live with the parents?
Yes, it's called genes. It's called genes. It runs through your system.
From Amate, how do you become humorous as a husband when you know very well that you are not funny?
Don't take yourself seriously, Amate. Don't take yourself seriously. That's where it begins from. Humor begins by first learning to laugh at yourself. If you ask my staff, they all know how many jokes I have about the name White. You know, you look at this black skin, and I'm called White, and I'm the first person to laugh at it. My staff and everybody who is close to me knows that I have a lot of jokes about L and R, because my L and R signed a pact. They decided that they will be friendly. But that's how it begins from. Begin to laugh at yourself. Don't laugh at people. Let a joke be upon you, and that's where it begins.
Uncle, what do you do if your parents don't agree on the religion or tribe of your partner, and if you can't elope?
If you can't,
And if you can't elope?
oh, the people say elope. No, these days we don't need to elope because the law grants you as soon as you become you come of age. Really, you could take certain steps. But what do you do? Continue talking with them, continue negotiating, try to understand where they are coming from, but let them also learn to trust you because bottom line, the choice is yours, not theirs.
From Agnes, is marriage for everyone?
No, no. Make that capital N, capital O with an exclamation mark. No, 3 exclamation marks, like that. No, no, no. No, marriage is not for everyone. No.
Okay, a bit long. I'll try and make it fast. Uncle, I'm a student studying abroad. I've been going out with this lady I met on Facebook for more than a year now. To be committed to the union, I've performed the knocking. However, after that, things have not been too good. She doesn't respect me and the relationship. She can cut the line on me, sometimes rain insults on me, and calls me names and just picks up quarrels at the least provocation. We picked up quarrels almost every 3 days. Sometimes I feel I'm nobody. Friends advised me to quit, but I couldn't because I loved her so much. This continued to recently. I decided to call it quits. Just around the time I hooked up through the phone with a former girlfriend who is going through divorce processes. I still love her, and I'm confused because my girlfriend apologized to me and sought for a comeback. Moreover, my friends are advising me not to fall for the former lady who is divorcing because she loved me. If she loved me, she would have stayed. Should I carry on with my current girlfriend who continues to treat me like that, or should I go back to the former lady who is in divorce process and forget about both? Please advise.
What's the name?
Frankie's.
Frankie's Jen.
Yes.
No, I just wanted the first name. Frankie, seek help. The one-line comment I'll give you will not help you. So look for somebody who can help you. But it will be interesting to know why she was treating you like that. Especially now that she's come back to apologize. Why was she treating you like that? And what was triggering it? If you can have that conversation before you make the decision, I think it will be worthwhile.
Uncle, King Solomon is here. He's
Majesty. Good to hear from you, sir.
He came to comment on our last question, and his comment is run. From Dorothy. Sorry.
Your Majesty, he should run away or two. So Your Majesty, please make it that clear whether he's running away or running towards. Yeah, let's go on.
Okay, from Dawn. Uncle, I'm a funny guy, but my wife expresses jealousy whenever she sees ladies happy about my lifestyle towards them. I want to know why and how to feel about it.
Why are you shaking the confidence of the woman who loves you? I'm sure you are one of those guys who love the attention you get from the ladies. It's not always helpful. So if she's uncomfortable with it, have a little chat and see whether you cannot change a little for her and also help her to understand that you really don't mean any harm.
Louisa says, "Oh, dearest Uncle Ebo, I miss you and ENCORE. As for a man who dreams and strives to accomplish them, dear, it is a prayer topic for all women. God bless you for the insights."
Yo, Louisa, thank you very much. I'll be praying with you as well.
From Nana Kwabena. Uncle, how long does it take for a woman to let go and forgive? And within the time of her being cold for your mistakes which led to that, what should the man do?
How long should a woman? What was the question?
How long does it take for a woman to let go and forgive?
All right. And this is another question. Nane, wait till your first menstrual period. And then after that, the answer will come to you. You can't put a time to this, can you? You can't put a time to this. And don't force it. Don't tell her to get over it. She'll get over it when she wants to. And go along with it.
Okay, so Agnes says, "Sir, please, what if you have married and you realize marriage is not for you? What do you do? Our culture has given us the impression that once you reach a certain age, you must marry."
Yeah, Agnes, that's the disaster. It's a tragedy, especially of Ghana, that everybody is forced to get married and we don't care. But there's a reason for that. It's because the Ghanaian society doesn't care about marriage. We don't care. We'll push you to get married, but this is not marriage we are interested in. So people have to be careful. Now, what do you do if you are in there? Don't seek to get out of it. Learn from some of the principles we're talking about, and then take up the challenge and see if you can make it work for you and your husband.
Please, from Elijah. Uncle, should all questions be answered when we have any?
This question suspiciously is the kind of question an Elijah I know would ask. Can you confirm whether perchance it is from that Elijah?
Oh, wow, what a surprise it is.
All right. I can tell you that he doesn't want an answer.
Okay. William says, "Happy birthday to myself. I am honored and blessed to breathe in my nostrils. It's not my right, but by the grace of God's mercies. Thank you, Jesus."
William, happy birthday. And may this be your best year yet. But it also means that you gave your mother a very happy Christmas day some years ago. Well done. May your life become an inspirational one for many.
Okay. What's up? Uncle, what is submission in marriage?
Is this a question from a woman? Yes. Whenever a woman asks what is submission in marriage, it means two things. One, she's been beaten over the head to submit. She hears from the man in her life, submit, and she's fed up. Two, she has no intention to submit. So I don't know which is the case here. But this platform and this occasion may not be the best one to answer that question.
From Ernestina. Uncle, my partner doesn't like communication at all. He says when he calls, he doesn't know what to say. And he's not friendly too. Why?
Long live ENCORE.
It is possible you are married to an introvert. So get to know him. Even introverts know how to communicate. So, but without taking time to know the person well, you may only make him shut up more. You may be relating to an introvert. So he's not unfriendly, but he's an introvert. There are ways to relate to an introvert and discover him for who he is, accept him from who he is, and you'll find him charming and fantastic in his own way. He may not be like everybody else, but in his own way, I'm sure he will make you happy.
So, Uncle, the gentleman who asked about his girlfriend versus the old one.
Yes. The one Ken says he should run.
Yes. So he says that in finding out from her, she says that one, she doesn't know. And sometimes she also says that she's trying to test to see when he will get angry. but he doesn't believe her.
My brother, ask her about her mother. Ask her. The next time you talk with her, ask her about her mother. Tell her to tell you about her mother, and you may not be surprised.
Sairam says, Uncle, what do you do when it seems that your spouse is always looking out for when you goof, so she can blame you or point your wrong to you?
Then when you goof, make it into a develop a sense of humor about it. Even before she points it out to you, put your hands on your head and say, today you will kill me. What I have done today. And then let it be humorous, and then she will stop.
From Dankwa. Uncle, what advice do you give a friend who is dating a lady with a bad temper? I sat in the same car with a friend who is about getting married to a Marijata. He's been complaining about the lady's temper, but we just let it slide. Yesterday, I witnessed some and uncle. He asked me what I think about the relationship.
I have a principle. I don't answer questions. I don't give medicine to the friend of the sick to drink for the sick. Let your friend ask, and I would answer him or her.
Uncle, but when you say men should be given some space, what do you really mean?
I mean space. Men, every man from time to time wants to be left alone and wants to assert his independence of you. Don't resent it, because he will go and come back again. So give him that space.
From Dawn. Uncle, should love be the reason for being jealous? Please, why?
When you love somebody, jealousy will not come in. Jealousy has to do with manipulation. You want to own something and you feel it is being threatened. So no, it is not. It doesn't have a place in love.
Louisa has a comment. She says, space? How many yards? Okay, let me be going. Some people have all the space they need, though. They still want more.
I agree.
Uncle Diana says, to whom...
But you know, Louisa is one of the people who make this very lively, because she always asks a very interesting question to us. So, Louisa, I appreciate your being part of this community. I may not always answer questions the way you like it, but that is why we are doing this. Okay.
Well, it's interesting because Louisa again says, to whom it may concern, one day they will wrap you in cloth and say it was nice working with you. Our elders have spoken.
Well, you see, I told you, Louisa made this a very lively platform.
From the uncle, is it possible you can make a change and not take your father's gene as in his bad side?
Yes, it is. Remember, I just gave you my own instance. I said my father was an alcoholic. I don't drink at all. And it is because I have made a deliberate, because I saw what alcohol did to him. From a very early age, I resolved. So I don't drink not for religious reasons. I don't drink for gene reasons. So once you know some of the things, especially some of the things that you hated about your father, make sure you don't repeat them, because trust me, the likelihood that you may repeat them very high. So be extra vigilant.
Kofi says, Uncle, please, I'm Justice and I'm 30 years old, but I have gone through some torture from women and I'm afraid to find a lady again and then get married. Please, I need your advice.
Justice, women are sweet. Women are sweet. Don't be afraid of them. So you may have had some bad experiences. Don't let them discolor your approach to other people. Just don't rush into a relationship. Build a friendship first. Get to know the person well enough before you take it to the next level. Oh, and by the way, try and keep sex out of it, because sometimes as soon as sex comes in, respect goes out of the window.
From Aramide, If a man wants space, don't you think it's only mature to tell the woman so she doesn't feel that you are pushing her away?
What's the name?
Aramide. Aramide.
You see, that's the kind of name I can mention. You know.
Aramide Lawal.
Madam, I'm not calling your name not because I admire. The name sounds nice, but me, if I pronounce it, your name will change. So let me say, my dear lady, the problem with that is that the man himself often does not know he needs a space. That is a challenge. For instance, he comes from work and you are all excited to see him, or he travels and he comes back and you are all excited. Oh, my dear, you are welcome. So how did your trip go? And he's giving you single syllable answers. Fine. And things like that. Don't force it. Back off. Leave him. He wants some space. He doesn't even know he needs it. But after a while, when he's relaxed a bit, he will come to you and say, oh, you know, something happened on this trip. And then you can pick it up from there and then talk.
John says, good afternoon, uncle. I'm just coming out of a horrible marriage.
Whoa.
My former husband got married to me and left me to stay abroad for more than 3 years without calls, messages, etc. So I filed for divorce. However, I just got connected through the phone to a former boyfriend I loved so much, whom I dated for about 6 years but couldn't marry him due to some circumstances.
Okay.
I still love him and believe he also does. However, I'm scared because his family may not accept me. Note, we are from the same village, and also I am scared of what people may say. I love him and want to be with him. What should I do?
Whoa. Well, in the first place, I'm sorry that your marriage did not work. You know, whenever a marriage does not work, there's no winner. The two parties have lost, and I'm sorry about that. Are you sure this ex-boyfriend of yours did not contribute in any way to the marriage not working? Think about that.
From Nade. Uncle, please, if men need space, then I guess women also need space. Am I wrong or right?
Women love connection. Yeah, every now and then a woman may need a space, but it is not as pronounced as that of a man. Yes, every now and then a woman wants to have some me time. They call it me time, and I hope that the man in your life will respect that as well. I realize that a lot of women are resentful about the fact that men need a space. Listen, in life, don't fight what you can't change. Rather, look for ways of making it work. You can't change the fact that the man needs his space.
Okay. Amma from Bia says, Uncle, help me wish my cousin Sheila Tego. She's getting married in the new year, and I wish her the very best in marriage life.
Sheila, you heard Amma.
Then Mr. Hayford says, sometimes when Kweku Mensah is ready for action, spouse be like attending to a new baby. Please kindly tell our spouses our bed is for us and the place for the baby is the court. They should allow us our matrimonial bed. Laughing out loud.
I can tell you that, what's the name?
Mr. Hayford.
Mr. Hayford wasn't laughing out loud because I would have heard it.
You would have heard it.
I would have heard it. But I think Mr. Hayford has spoken for all the guys. I remember on just this week, I met a guy who had just the wife has delivered to a healthy baby boy just about 2 weeks ago, and I told him that now what you used to delight yourself with is not for you anymore for a period. So you've got to learn to accept that, because otherwise you have issues. But Mr. Hayford has spoken for every man watching. All right, let's go.
From Caleb, do you need to be financially strong before engaging yourself in a relationship?
No, but you must know where money is going to come from. Because remember, raising a family costs money, and you can't raise a family and not know how you're going to support the family. That would be irresponsible. All right, we are our time is almost up. Let's take about 2 questions and then we'll run it off.
Okay. Beatrice says, Uncle, my man is the best, but there are times I feel scared and worried about him concerning his finances. His expenses are crazy, not for himself, but to his family, and it affects his income account. There are times I'm scared for the future of our kids because he will go to the extra mile to give his family even if he does not have, since his other siblings are not willing to help him take care of their aged mom. How do I solve this problem?
Well, you are dating the star of the family, and the stars of families are often very difficult to deal with. But let someone speak with him, because he also needs to look into the future and begin to plan for himself and his family as well. You know, the problem with that is that the stars of family take care of everybody, but nobody takes care of them when they need help. So let him understand that.
From Ella, Uncle, my husband has my... When your husband has the passwords to all your social media, he sits down and he goes there anytime he wants. Then a few days later, you ask for his Facebook account and he refuses and wants to pull a fight. What do you do?
What can you do? You are married to somebody who is insecure, who is totally insecure. What can you do? Yeah, let's go. Are we done?
Uncle, please, I build friendship with those who have come my way, but because they see money with me always, and I'm so kind, and they don't want to reject a need, they take the opportunity to always demand for money more than the love in the relationship. This is coming from the gentleman who is 30 years.
I got that impression. Father Christmas, listen. When you are dating somebody, that's not the time to spend so much. Or when you've met somebody and now you're getting to know each other, don't try to impress people with your money. It is not kindness. It could even be a weakness, a character flaw. So watch it. Right. I'd like to thank you very much for staying with me through this. What is left is for me to wish you a Merry Christmas, because I will not see you before Christmas. A Merry, Merry Christmas. May God protect and keep you, and may this season bring you real joy and real peace. Think about the reason for the season. Think about that, and let hope become your watchword. Let hope become your watchword. I'll see you very soon. Stay blessed.
Yes! Roverman Productions, in partnership with National Theatre and Adum TV, presents the Roverman Festival of Plays with 5 spectacular Ebo-White plays at the National Theatre on the following days. 23rd December, Damaged Goods.
According to the DNA results, none of them is yours.
Come again. 24th December, Blackmail.
I cheated on one.
I can't hear you.
Oh, I said, I cheated on you when I went to the US and the girl recorded the encounter.
25th December, The Comeback.
Our elders have said that.
1st of January, Nicholas.
You have been starving me for over 6 months now. Yaminipa, tell me.
2nd of January, Everyone Has a Secret.
That guy, what's his name? Martin.
Time, 4 p.m. and 8 p.m. each day. Rates, 80 Ghana cedis for individual shows, 300 Ghana cedis for all 5 live shows. Tickets available at Joy FM, Tema Community 11 Shell, Bachuna and Haja Total, Frankie's, and all usual outlets. Or call 050-554-6010. Sponsors: Bond Savings and Loans, FanMax from FanMilk, Nationwide Medical Insurance, Zurian Multivitamin, and Wilmar Africa, importers of Fortune Rice. Online support by myjoyonline.com, Websoft Solutions, and adomonline.com. Get your Roverman Festival of Plays tickets now!
Hello. They call me Uncle WHYTE. I am the CEO of Roman Productions, but I'm also very much committed to helping you become your better self. Your better self. You see, nobody goes into a love relationship to be miserable. We go into a love relationship to make each other happy and to be happy.